Hey, what's up everybody? This is Ryan, DC Aikido Martial Arts, and this video is going to go over how to get into a entrance with a Yokomenuchi strike that is intermediate to advanced level. Okay, we'll review what that basic kihon level entrance looks like again, but we're going to spend most of this video looking at that intermediate advanced entrance on the Yokomenuchi strike. I got Noah Elliott here to help me out with this. All right, so just to review, Yokomenuchi strike is a strike that is coming in at a 45-degree angle. All right, we practice this in Aikido all the time, and what it is meant to do is to replicate somebody who is attacking you not with their empty hand, but who's holding something. Right? Somebody that's holding something in their hand is going to come and attack. All right. So when we did this last time in our video, we did the basic kihon entrance, which was either to the front with a big step and turn, hands to the face, or to the back, going in sliding motion. Hands to the face still. So, it's a good structured kihon basic way to enter. Caveat is, it assumes that we've got enough space to go to either side and to be able to complete those turns and do whatever technique that we might come up with or is presented to us in the time that we have to perceive the attack coming. So it assumes we have enough space and enough time to do those entrances, right? This entrance is going to assume that we have some time to prepare for it. We'll probably see the attack coming, but then it's also going to assume that we've got maybe a little bit less space to work with, all right? And it's going to close the distance a little faster, okay? So I want you guys to pay close attention. We're going to walk through it nice and slow and see how this is going to work. So I'm going to have Noah come in here. He's going to give me that Yokomen strike. Instead of stepping around or going to the back or going around either side, I'm going to come right towards Noah. And I'm going to get off the line just a little bit, but the key is what my front hand's going to do, right? So as Noah comes in, I'm going to freeze right here. I'm putting my arm right here into Noah's center, and I'm making first contact with his arm on my forearm. See that one more time. Good. Once I make initial contact, I want to emphasize this is not a block. This is simply just making contact. What happens next is I collapse my elbow, and it guides the arm off its original course to my inside. Let's do that a few times without stopping. Maybe a little slower on this one. Right. And then one time on this side. So I'm creating an opportunity to make connection with Noah's arm coming down, and I am redirecting the way that it's going. The best part of this is that I can do this not only quickly, but I can get into Noah's space also very quickly and get into a technique. Now, I emphasize this in the Shomenuchi entrances, but the more advanced that your entrances get, they assume less space and less reaction time. They also start to get very technique specific in terms of what you are able to do more easily with one technique or a few techniques over another. Okay? Let me show you what I mean about this. With this entrance, it's going to position me to do a few techniques fairly easily. Right? So as I come in and I'm entering, I'm here. The techniques that are immediately available are Kokyunage, Kodagaiishi, Iriminage, and maybe even a Koshinage if I keep the momentum moving. Right? Some of the techniques that might not be as easy to do out of this would be any of the controls, since the elbow and the arm is down. Let me show you what I mean again. Noah's coming in. His arm's down. This is not a very conducive way to get into a control, which necessitates the arm to be all the way around and over the other side. His arm's like this. So you want to kind of search your mind for techniques that are synonymous with the arm position like this, because you're set up to do those techniques. Why would you go into a control or another technique that necessitates the arm being here when you've got a perfectly good arm set up this way? That's why it's important, as you continue to practice Aikido, that you do so with an open mind and you don't go into an entrance or interpret an attack to have a certain technique that has to be done or that you want to do on the other end. Sure, when you're practicing in the dojo and you're repping stuff, that's always a good idea so that you're on the same page with your training partner and you can get really good at specific techniques. But if we're talking about advanced concepts and getting into situations where we're not prepared to receive that attack, it's a surprise to us and we have to react and default to our training, and also take into account the environment and the space in which we have to operate, you really need to stop thinking about, I'm going to do this technique when I see this attack, because that's not only going to get you in trouble, it's going to prevent you from actually executing any technique very well. You want to be more spontaneous. You have that spontaneity and ability and creativity to have no mind instead of an agenda when you're going into a throw. Hope that makes sense to you guys. All right, so this is a entrance that involves a deflection or a redirection of that 45-degree angle. When you guys are practicing this, be sure that you guys are giving nice tight 45s. All right, it's okay to start Yokomenuchi with nice wide strikes for beginners, but as you get more advanced, nobody's going to attack you with a strike that's way out here to the side. It doesn't feel good on your shoulder, especially if you have something that's heavily weighted. You're not going to be able to swing your arm like that for too many swings. It's going to be down and over the shoulder the way the arm's designed to move. And that's the way you guys should eventually get to striking when you're practicing your Yokomenuchi strikes. All right, guys. Last thing I'm going to say before I end this video, we've got one more entrance to bring you with this, and that'll be for next time. So keep practicing. We'll catch you on the next one.